Hollywood is fascinated with my neighborhood. They say imitation is the ultimate form of flattery, but I don't know about that. After a dozen movies, including 2 Oscar winners, they still haven't got it right. I'm Pat Mead. I was born in Oswego, Ireland, raised in South Boston. I'm a former Marine, a criminal, and an Irishman. Welcome to my world.
Hey, Pat, you wouldn't have to be shoveling if we had a driveway in the suburbs.
We're staying here. We're not going to suburbs.
Keep shoveling.
She's a city dog.
Keep shoveling.
Man, all this shoveling sucks. I better bend my knees. I used to be able to run marathons, triathlons, and now I'm a bag of crap. Now I can barely shovel my car out of a spot. There's no excuse for this. I'm going to my buddy Peter Walsh's boxing gym. If his name rings a bell with you, no pun intended, it's because he was a trainer on that show, The Ultimate Fighter. I ain't going anywhere except to the gym. Like I said, no excuses.
That's you. Hold that head, Ed. Let it go, Pat. Let it go. There you go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it boy. Up and out there, Pat. Up and out. Short step, Pat. Short step. Snap it up. You're breathing, Pat. You're breathing. Drop your right. 2.
I bobbed and weaved when I should have leaved. What a workout.
4. The ambulance smelling salt, anybody?
03rd was always busy. There was always something going on. It was just, to me, they were all just guys from the neighborhood and just like good guys and,
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, flashy fedoras,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But yeah, you could, I knew there was stuff going on, but. Well, Pat was always like the surrogate father to me. I mean, he was a good guy. I always knew him as a really good guy. He looked out for me and my family, and I just always knew him as a good guy. I knew a lot of people respected him.
That's my friend Jen. She's part of the original African-American family of Celtic. Hollywood and the media would have you believe we're xenophobes, that we don't accept blacks, Jews, or gays. That couldn't be further from the truth. Just ask Jen. She's writing a book about her unique experience. Oprah, are you listening?
Here we go. One of those days.
The building was built about over 100 years ago, and it was built for recreation purposes. When people came home from work, they could come down, go for a swim, take a saltwater shower, which we don't have those anymore, but we do have outdoor showers. Go up to the solarium, catch some sun on the weekends, and it was generally a place where just people would, we promoted health and well-being and friendship down here.
That's another friend of mine, Freddie Ahern. He used to play in the National Hockey League. Now that he's retired, he's a director here. He's just the man for the job. Oh yeah, did I mention he's also from Celtic? The brownies got a hold of me and convinced me that the best thing for soreness is a nice dip in the cold water. What the hell, I'll try anything once.
All right, guys, on the count of 3, we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good guy, I'm not going in there. Hey, Oscar, come on. Go get him. You got us good! Hey, Pat. Pat! Pat, what are you doing out of school?
I practiced bowling at 7 years.
I don't like bullies either. You want to be all right?
Yeah.
Let me see some moves.
Okay.
What'd you get him with, a left or a right? A right? Yeah, you got him with one of those? Good man, good man. I'll see you in a while. I gotta go get dried out. Daddy, give these to the dog.
Oscar?
South Boston. Down here we had cigarette warehouses, liquor warehouses, fur storage, you had clothing, whatever the suits were back in the day, slacks, women's dresses. Women's dresses were big. No, but if I could find the actual building, Charlie, when they repaired the hole we made in the wall, the new brick looks totally different than the old brick. So you can see where we went through the wall.
Go back about 25 years, and Pat's always been around the boxing, the gym, and the game, and just always been a fixture in our community. We look up to him.
That was a good session today.
Good job.
I'm a little banged up from sparring with you.
That's right, you did fine.
I'm way out of my league. Are you kidding me?
A couple
But it
of
was
months
fun.
back, you'll be ready for the biking season.
Yeah. How's the UFC stuff going?
It's going good. It's going good. We're working with a guy who's ready to fight for a title.
Who is he?
Kenny Florian, number
Okay,
one
yeah,
in
I've
the
heard
world.
of him.
He's gonna
Yeah.
fight BJ Penn in Philly, August 8th. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're training him.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the boxing. I'm training him
man.
on the boxing.
Good man. Well, you definitely know the boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long is it it's a whole page?
Okay, so I probably shouldn't be eating pizza. No big thing. And besides, that's what my grandkids wanted. This is what it's all about. When I think of committing crimes again, I just picture their faces and I reconsider.
You might have to go up there to get these onions and peppers.
Have a dress for work. A little overdressed for work, I think.
Paul Butterfield, I'm not. I don't know who's worse, me or Nunzio, but I sure do love blues music. Some of you guys you'll be on the 13-week series, because once you're on one part of it, they tend to keep you. In which case you'll be signing waivers so we can cut your money down. It's more for us. Who is the Mullen Gang? They were originally called the Water Rats because we were on the waterfront. They were one of the oldest criminal gangs in South Boston. Basically, most of them were married guys with families and stuff, but they grew up on the waterfront, unloading ships for a living, and whenever something breaks open by accident, it's put off into a special cage, you know, and then that's where we come in. And then in the 80s, the list that the IRA was bringing over to us became quite large, and we realized we needed a ship, a fishing boat. So we went to, if you want to smuggle, you go to the smugglers. We went to the marijuana smugglers. There was only one in Boston at the time that was Irish descent. Murray, Joe Murray, he was my co-defendant. He's dead now. His wife killed him. She got away with it too. He taught her well. I remember when he was teaching her how to shoot, I said, don't teach her how to shoot a pistol, Joe. He had her in the range up, seriously, he had her in the range up Maine. I came up one day and I said, where's Joe? They said, he's down the range with Sue. I said, oh, Jesus. You know, I was right. She had a restraining order on him, and she sent him a verbal message to come up and see her. She was smart, not on the phone. And Joe went up to Maine to see her, thought they could get back together. And she shot him 5 times. Pretty little good group, too, right in the chest, like he taught her. You know, it was very gratifying the night I shot him. You know, I shot him, I thought I was shooting him in the heart. I ended up shooting him over the heart, under the heart. He spun, and I kept walking behind him. I blew out his right lung with a couple of more shots. He went down then. I shot him in the stomach. I kicked his teeth out and I spit on him. I wouldn't do that now because there's too much forensics there, but he looked dead to me. I thought he was dead. I left him for dead. And then I got a call in the morning that he had just barely survived. And I got arrested. He ratted on me. I got arrested. I went to Charles Street Jail about 3 months. Then I got brought into trial, and they wheeled him in a wheelchair. And he had all kinds of tubes and bottles. And I said, "Shit, this guy's going to die right in the court," you know. And as he's pointing at me, but he changed his testimony in the courtroom. He says, looking at me, I wasn't the guy that shot him, and nothing had changed, you know. But he changed his test. He still had to go to trial for my brother's murder, and I think he was concerned that I was going to ask people to testify against him. I had told him just the opposite. I said, don't testify. I can't kill him in prison. I need him on the street. You know, so no one testified against him. And once he recovered from that, he disappeared for a long time. He went to Florida. I've seen him since. It's been over 30 years. We bumped into, he's a Marine, a Vietnam vet too. He's actually a Silver Star recipient. I'm good friends with his 2 brothers are Boston cops, Jesse and John. And I became extremely good friends because they're all in the Marines, John. We became friends in spite of my brother dying and his brother getting shot. We had a lot in common. I became real good friends with John. We'd go out drinking together, which people thought was odd, but John's a good guy. And 3 years ago at a Marine Corps birthday party in Boston, John told me he was coming. He says, Kevin's coming to the birthday party this year. And basically I said, just, you know, the passion's gone out of it, John. It's been too long. We've become friends. I got no desire to shoot him anymore. So when he showed up, I wouldn't shake hands with him, but he came over and said, you know, I'm sorry for what happened. I said, oh, that's okay. Too many years have gone by, forget about it. You know, so that's kind of over. It is over because I'm too good of friends with his brother, John. He's a good guy. And my thoughts was, why should I put them through what I went through? You know, it's over. That it, guys? All right, thank you. I try not to romanticize the criminal lifestyle. I give it to these kids straight. Spending 11.5 years in prison will teach you that. I like this kind of work. I feel like I'm giving back. The only thing I don't like is everybody making me out to be a good bad guy. I hope I was able to dispel Hollywood's stereotype of a criminal from South Boston. Join us next week in my quest to get back in shape. Remember, no excuses, semper fi.